Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of November 4, 2018. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing week it is, and it truly is amazing. I would even say that this is the first big week as part of two very big weeks. And so this week and next week, energy is shifting. Our direction is changing, and our ability to recognize where it is that great blessings are available to us is also going to change. We will start moving in a direction that feels more optimistic, more liberating, and a direction that will ultimately, especially next week, align us with a higher, more loving vision and align us with a more karmic path for our lives. Now, of course, I'll talk about next week when we get there. There's a whole lot to talk about. We have the changing of the nodes. We have Venus going direct. We have Mars finally leaving the sign of Aquarius after being there for a very, very long time, unusually long time. And so again, that is coming next week. And so big things are happening. But for this week, we have big things happening as well. And by big, I mean Jupiter big. Jupiter is returning to its home sign of Sagittarius. Now, just to give you a heads up, there is going to be a Jupiter special horoscope that is going to be on YouTube later on this week. It is right around Thursday that Jupiter officially will change signs. And as Jupiter moves back into its home sign, it's able to bring forward certain qualities of itself more easily. Qualities like hope and optimism, a spirit of enthusiasm and adventure. And in at least one area of life, we are about to recognize opportunities where we hadn't realized they were there before. When Jupiter comes home, in many ways, it's able to magnify its energy that much more and magnify in the sign of Sagittarius, a spirit of wisdom, a spirit of unity, and a spirit of understanding our global community in beautiful ways. I think that this is going to be a great energy for us. And like I said, I'll be diving into it with its own video later on this week. So please be sure to hit that notification bell and be on the lookout for that. I hope you absolutely love and enjoy the Jupiter special horoscope. Also this week, right around Tuesday, give or take a day on either side, depending on where you are on the planet, Uranus will retrograde back into the sign of Aries. Now, it has been Uranus that has been in this part of the sky for almost all of the decade so far. And it was at the beginning of the decade that Uranus moved in here. We got a little bit of a break over the course of the spring and the summer as Uranus moved into a brand new part of the sky, gave us a little taste of the sign of Taurus, and now will retrograde back to help us to make sure that we've truly tapped into the blessings that Uranus has promised us in at least one area of life. Ultimately, wherever Uranus goes, so goes the opportunity for us to more deeply understand where it is that we are ready to live more authentically, to live in a way without apology, and to live our truth unabashedly. There is a certain bravery that is associated with the planet Uranus as well, but it isn't just about being brave for show the way that Mars can be, but rather it is about the bravery it takes to listen to your own heart, to honor that voice, and to know that that is the act of rebellion, because so few people actually get to do that. It is somehow easier to put on a show, put on a mask of rebellion and independence, to present that to the world, because we are actually afraid to participate in the true act of rebellion, which is to listen to our hearts, to listen to our souls, and to live in accordance with our own personal truth. Well, all of us have had that opportunity to get in touch with our own personal truth. And this is now Uranus coming along, returning to this area of the sky to give us an opportunity to actually demonstrate that we know what it means to live that very truth and to be free in at least one area of life. I think that this is going to be an energy that feels refreshing, that feels alive. There are going to be a lot of people that very quickly feel very awakened in one area of life in particular. This is also an opportunity for all of us to ensure that the roots of freedom are strong. and that where it is that we've earned our change, that we're actually able to not only nurture it, but also carry it into our future. Uranus moves through one sign pretty much once in a lifetime. It takes over 80 years to go all the way around the zodiac. And so when it is that Uranus is really done with a sign, then chances are you're not going to see a resurgence of Uranus returning to that part of your sky for the rest of your life. And so this is a great opportunity for all of us to own our power and to own our freedom in the best possible sense. Now, this week we also have a magical, a mystical new moon that I am so excited about. I think that this is really Jupiter leaving the sign of Scorpio with a big hurrah. That's how I'm seeing this energy. I'm seeing this as this moment where, on the one hand, we are able to deeply appreciate all the blessings that have been there for us as Jupiter has moved through the sign of Scorpio since October of last year. And this new moon is happening literally days before Jupiter changes signs. So the fact that this new moon not only is happening where Jupiter has been hanging out for a long time, but also speaking in supreme harmony with Neptune, that adds a magical, miraculous quality to what transpires, but also speaking in harmony with Pluto as well, adding power and intensity and purpose. Well, I think all of us in at least one area of life are going to find that there is an opportunity that comes about that feels like a dream come true in a sense. And where it was that it felt like there was no way, where it was, it felt like there was no pathway to begin again or to move forward, where it felt like there was no opportunity, it can appear to us in ways that seem hard to believe and in ways that leave us filled with wonder. This energy can also be very romantic as well, as Neptune likes to be very much about being swept off your feet, being carried away on emotion or moment or spirit. You add to this, as we get towards the second part of the week, we are going to have Mars speaking in supreme harmony with Venus. So this is an important peak moment as part of the larger Venus retrograde season. And so if you think about it, over the course of the last couple of months, as we've been in Venus retrograde season, Venus and Mars have been dancing, but the connections they previously made were that of tension. Now they make a connection that is supremely harmonious. This is, if I may say, this is very sexy, okay? This is very much about attraction and passion and connection. You add that new moon energy, which has intensity and being swept up in a moment, and it has an energy where we will be believing in soulmates. We'll be believing that magical love, soulmate love can appear before us. Now, of course it can, but keep in mind, Venus is retrograde. So the best way to use this energy this week is to enjoy yourself. That's really what it comes down to. Enjoy yourself, do what it is that you really want to do in a moment, and you will have no regret. It is going to be in the fullness of time, particularly once we get into next month and Venus direct will move over the new moon point. Well, that is when we will more fully understand the events that transpired this week. But there will be a lot of people who feel very swept up in a moment of passion, a moment of attraction. And, why not? Why not enjoy yourself? And why not allow yourself to feel? There's a lot of hope in the air for us. On the one hand, romantically speaking, yes, but I also think there's hope for change that is transpiring at this time. There's a sense of wanting meaningful change, of wanting transformation from the inside out, of wanting to experience a rebirth. All of us are feeling this energy in at least one area of life, and certainly as a collective as well. And it is going to be now that we are believing in the power of transformation. And we're believing that miraculous transformations can happen. And sometimes they can happen quickly. Sometimes they can happen in an instant. What I love about this week for us is that it has so much that is so big. It has these big moves of power players into fire signs, which means that our will and our awareness of what we can achieve will be especially high. At the same time, there is energy here that will have us believing in spirit and believing that we can have the type of present and the type of future that we most desire. And at the same time, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of passion. There is, of course, that physical, immediate type of passionate love, but there's also universal love. There is spiritual love that is strong this week, the kind of love that can change the world. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for it. What do you love about this week? What are you excited about? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to know what all this wonderful stuff this week is going to mean for you and your sign, please log on to nadiyashah.com, sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. Now, I do have just a couple of announcements. I have giveaways happening starting this week and right till Monday. And so one of the giveaways is my book, and so I'll be giving one of those away. You can find the raffle copter links in the description below. I'm also giving away a pendant. So it's just the pendant, and if you remember a few months back, I offered this pendant online, and it is my design. It says the universe is wise and loving. It is silver plated and it is priced at just under $10. And I wanted to create something that was very accessible to a lot of people, but still felt like quality. And I hope that you absolutely love it. There are only 15 left. I sold a whole lot of them a few months back when I first offered them for sale. Now there's only 15 left and they are expected to sell out. If it is that you would like one of these, because this really is going to be the last time that I offer them, especially this year. But if it is that you would like one of these, please do use the link in the description or go to my website, nadiyashah.com, and there you will be able to place that purchase. You can enter the giveaway as well, as I will be giving away one of these pendants. And if you win, but you purchased, you will get a refund for your purchase if you want it. And so it may be worth it to secure the pendant if you know that it is what you want. And I'm really so very grateful for your trust and your love and your support. Now, I have a lot to say about love and I have a lot to say about support. Now, I do want to mention, you may notice I'm wearing a sparkly dress. That is because I was incredibly honored and privileged and so amazingly grateful to be asked to walk my very first red carpet with Anoki Media. Now, Anoki Media is a publication and really it's a whole media empire, but they had done a feature about me. They'd interviewed me a couple of years back. And so they asked me to come out and to be part of their 15th anniversary event. And that's the dress. I'm in a hotel. This is, where the event is transpiring. And let me just tell you, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. There was so much love, so much support, so many fans here, but also to just, I felt very humbled and grateful and excited. It was just wonderful on so many fronts because, as you may know, I tinker away at the stars. I consider the sky and look at it symbolically. And I try to be part of putting something good into the world in my own quiet way. I spend a lot of my time talking into a camera and then sharing that and uploading that onto YouTube and other platforms. And that's my life, and it's a great life. I love this life, and I have been thinking about that a lot lately. And so it's not often that there are these, high moments, and that's okay. My life is amazing. But to have something like this come about, well, it just fills me with so much gratitude. So thank you to Anoki Media. Thank you so much to everybody who connected with me, who reached out to me, hugged me, and told me that my work was meaningful to them. It was a day filled with that kind of messages from so many people, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, I want to talk about the fact that I do appreciate you guys very, very much. And this is something I was really thinking about. And the reason I was thinking about it is because some of you might have noticed, but the monthly horoscopes were made public late. And I want to send you my very sincere apologies about that. And so I'm going to share a little bit with you, a little something with you that is a little bit more about myself, or a little bit more personal, a little bit more behind the scenes, okay? So like I said, I spend a lot of my time I look at the planets, I meditate on them, or especially now that I have a puppy, I think about it while I'm walking him or being present with him, and contemplating wisdoms of the world, and also having a lot of fun as well, and just enjoying the earthly carnation as well. But the other rest of the time, what I do is I focus more on the message and what it is that I have to share, which has to do with talking into a camera, connecting with friends and fans in a more immediate way, whether online or in person. And I have people who help me, and I appreciate them very much. They are extraordinary people. But at any given time, I'll have between 2 and 4 people who are helping me out to make sure that my work is able to be, uploaded, and the technical side of things, right? That is something that I feel very grateful that I do have help to do. So the monthly horoscopes, normally, they're published early for superstars in the superstar space. And so they've been done for a while. And I try to get the monthly horoscopes up for superstars about a week early at least. Sometimes I'm able to get them up 2 weeks early. Sometimes it's like 6 days early, but superstars do get them early. And what that means is, what happens is they get uploaded to the superstar space and published there. And then they get uploaded to YouTube to be prepared and scheduled for publication. And what happened is, I have an extraordinary person who helps me and I adore, who's been with me for a while. He is, in addition to helping me and working with me, he's also a full-time student, and I'm very proud of him for that. He also has another full-time job as well. And so what happened was that the videos were there, but they were not scheduled, and they were made public a little bit late. And I'm so sorry about that. I want you guys to know that I know that it is a privilege, an absolute privilege, to have your trust, to be some small part of your sacred journey, and for you to be part of mine. You have no idea how much this means to me. It is a relationship for me. And it is a relationship that has been deeply spiritually meaningful, but also has healed me in many ways. And maybe one day I'll dive into that, just how much it has given me to have this moment, to have this platform, to know that no matter what is happening in my life, I am going to show up for you. That has been powerful. And in my work, right, a lot of you know, my work is, you see the planets in my 6th house and my 10th house and my midheaven. That's really what, this is a genuine part of me. And there are many parts of me, but you see some very strong parts of me, mostly connected to my midheaven. I have a Pisces midheaven, and lots happening in the 6th and 10th houses. But what you don't normally see is that I do also have Saturn in the 1st house. Not a lot of people know that about me, so I'm sharing that little private information there. And the reason I'm sharing that is because I take my responsibility to you very seriously. I care about what I do. I consider this, yes, it is a privilege, but it is also a responsibility. And I was, the thought that I had disappointed people, that was hurtful to me. And I truly do apologize. I know that the videos were made available to you guys on YouTube, were made public on YouTube about 2 days late. And for that, I am really very sorry. Just know that I am most active on Instagram. And so if you want me to get a message or something, come on, comment on Instagram or Facebook as well. I try to check into Instagram and Facebook at least once a day. I have someone who helps me to answer emails on my website, and YouTube comments as well. I try to check them at least, or have somebody check them at least a few times a week, but because of scheduling, because of everything that was going on, that didn't happen. I have been on YouTube for almost 10 years. Next month, it'll be 10 years on YouTube. And during that time, there have been some goofs, right? There have been little things. It doesn't happen very often because I have such extraordinary people helping me and because I do care. It doesn't happen very often. But normally what happens is if there is a goof, someone reaches out, like someone, and people let me know. They, comment on Facebook or Instagram, or they, in some way or another, I will find out rather quickly and I will correct the matter rather quickly or have it corrected. And so with everything happening, that message did not come through, and I am very sorry. And that's what I want you to know, just very sincerely. Thank you for your enthusiasm, for your kindness, for your patience, for your graciousness. Thank you for caring about what it is that I offer and what it is that I share. I know that this is a privilege. I know that there are a lot of extraordinary astrologers out there, absolutely extraordinary, who don't get this opportunity. And I do believe that there's more than enough for everybody. I do believe that there are so many astrologers out there, and I would love all of us to be celebrated, all of us to be lifted. That is the right way to go. When one is celebrated, all are celebrated, all are lifted. And at the same time, I know that a lot of extraordinary astrologers don't get the level of trust and this level of viewership that I do. And I just want you to know that I acknowledge that and I appreciate it. And I'm really, really sorry that the monthly videos were late. And we're going to do better. We will do better in that regard. Okay, now let me just say very quickly, I am very excited to announce a brand new event. A brand new event. What? I'm coming to Las Vegas. Is there a song about that? I am coming to Las Vegas. I am looking forward to hugging friends and fans in Las Vegas. And that is going to be happening January 29th, so very soon. So please save the date if you are in the Las Vegas, Nevada area. I'm really, really excited to be out there. I'll have a very small number of books available for sale as well. And I will be presenting on karma and love. I'm being hosted by the NCGR Stargazers group, and you should be able to find links below in the description below as well. Thank you. Thank you again. I know I kind of went off there a little bit, but I just wanted you to know that I honor and am grateful and am respectful of what it is that you give by your viewership and by your trust. And it really does mean a lot to me. And I just wanted to be clear that you know that I know that this is a privilege. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. It will be a great week. Enjoy.